Here they are, and let's see who is gonna go first. As you can see, though, there is a huge difference in their scores, because while Lorenzo Muselli is on X1, meaning even if he loses this one, he's probably in the top cut. His opponent must win this match or he's out of the competition.
And he starts things off with a solid 12, just, you know.
Yeah, just for fun. Looking at their scores, I can tell you Lorenzo only lost to Zanelli, YCS champion, who is playing Samurai today, while instead Davide lost the previous round. So he was undefeated up until the last round. But here we see one of the few differences again in the deck. Lorenzo is playing the one copy of Kashtira Ogre.
And here it is with the Shangri-La. Set 3, kind of a slow start from Lorenzo. Something that you don't really see quite often, especially because maybe his hand didn't look so great, honestly. But let's see here now from his opponent. Okay, who declares standby phase, and Shangri-La's effect has been activated and no response. Okay. Now comes the Fenrir that is being special summoned, and Lava Golem, wow, has been used here to clear Lorenzo's field. And here comes the first Purrely spells being activated. Discards Dark Looter no more. And the impermanence has been activated by Lorenzo to stop the Lily's effect. Here continues now with the Sleepy. We have seen that, okay, gets rid of the impermanence, and it brings up on the field the Purrely monster.
Yeah, honestly, very surprising start here. As you can see, obviously Lorenzo with kind of an underwhelming opening, but so many tech cards in the main deck from Fabio. And that is Lava Golem, Dark Ruler.
And here comes the first XYZ summon.
Gonna be able to attach 2 spell and traps for either player graveyards. And this is brutal for Lorenzo. We mentioned how in this matchup sometime going second is even better. And well, especially when you play cards like Lava Golem. And here you can see a nice interaction. The Anima that can take the Lava Golem, turning into a 3000 attack. This is a very nice turn by Fabio.
Yeah. And I think this was the ideal start, honestly, for him, because Lorenzo kind of on a slow start. Yeah, here it goes with the Book of Moon, and I think still
nice one.
Yeah,
this is actually pretty strong here. It turns any potential top deck into a complete comeback if there is nothing else from Fabio, because you honestly don't care about the Anima anymore. And that's it. So here comes the Fenrir right away. There might be a Book of Moon from Fabio. Otherwise, this could be the comeback needed. Let's see. and nothing else coming the way from Fabio. So this Book of Moon, you can see just how versatile the card is, not only in the mirror match for Kashtira, but against a lot of different decks.
And this was the top deck that Lorenzo was looking for.
Yeah, this changes everything.
Yeah.
Alone, this does so much. He's gonna just check the attack.
And yeah, here comes the Rise Art being summoned from Lorenzo, and he's going to banish one from his deck, which is the Theosis. And yeah, I mean, Defender itself is now changing this game entirely. But I mean, we've said this before. Kashtira has a lot of going one cards that, I mean, by themselves alone do so much. And I mean, the Book of Moon, of course, shut it down Fabio's strategy before. And here, let's see from this point on what Lorenzo will try to bring on the field.
Yeah, it can go for even the big guy to take the face down Purrely, which could be interesting. Yeah. And he's going for this, activating it right away. And this is huge because he's going to be able to make a potential Zeus. Obviously, you need to take this into consideration because the anima is 3,000.
Yeah.
But worst case scenario, you can, play around it by just crashing. Let's see. This could be one of the largest Zeus we have seen.
And I think here he's now considering whether to activate. Okay, one. Okay, there's the quick one. Yeah. And here comes the birth from Lorenzo, bringing back on the field the Fenrir, entering battle phase, gets rid of the anima.
Well played. The Lava Golem goes to the graveyard, and this will be able to, from what it seemed like a very solid play from Fabio, actually turn into Lorenzo's game.
Yeah. I mean, we were not expecting this, but we said this before, kind of a slow start from Lorenzo. On the other hand, I think Fabio had the perfect hand, honestly. The Book of Moon prevent the Zeus to come down, but here I think we have to give credit to Lorenzo for playing it this way.
Yeah. And now with only one card potentially remaining.
And he also draws one card now, Lorenzo. So it's okay.
Just gonna reveal the free, and then he's gonna get potentially banished from the Fenrir. Yeah, this doesn't seem like there is any hope. He picks up his cards, and it's Lorenzo who wins game one.
I mean, convincing stuff from Lorenzo. We said this before, is one of not of those guys that is around very easily. And I mean, it just took his time. The Fenrir was on top of his deck, and luckily for him, he was able to come back into this one. So now, taking a look at the side deck, the pressure is of course on Fabio. Now, of course, we have seen that basically it's not an easy matchup for Purrely in general, the Kashtira matchup. But of course, it also depend on your starting end. Like, I mean,
the question now again will be, is he going first? Because after siding, you really consider going second. And especially in the main deck, we have already seen Lava Golem, Ruler, Talent, cards like this, which are obviously built. Maybe he even is happy with losing the die roll, And on the other end, it's the same for Lorenzo. He has some really good tools for going first. Most importantly, 3 copies of Dimensional Barrier, which is amazing because the Purrely deck literally cannot out this card. And that's the main win condition, I would say. Alongside it, the Thrust. So it's like he's playing 4 copies of the card, essentially.
Let's see how this turns out. And I mean, of course, we've said this before. Lorenzo sitting on a 9-1 record is pretty much guaranteed the top cut.
Yeah.
While on the other side, Fabio needs the win. They're almost done with side decking, and I mean, as you mentioned, it will be very curious to see who will go first.
Yeah, but I think without further ado, we can already switch over to the match for game 2. As mentioned, really different emotions right now. Lorenzo pretty used to the stage, chilling because he knows that even in the worst case scenario, he has good chances of making it to the top cut. Fabio, instead, with the pressure. Let's first of all see who is going first. And I do see a draw and lock for Lorenzo.
And I think Fabio is going first from, you know.
Oh, wow, only a face
Really?
down.
Oh, okay.
And then, yeah, he needs to set it face up to actually resolve his quick spell. And yeah, that's gonna go for the Purrely to search probably for my friend. And that's where he's gonna be met with the drawn and lock from Lorenzo.
And
yeah,
here he goes.
Here is the draw. Does he have any answer? Definitely not happy with this, but at least he's got the talent. And wow, this is a nice hand, but if you take away the terraforming, you leave your opponent with nothing to play with.
There's no brainer, honestly.
Yeah. And yeah, as you can see, no brainer. Terraforming gets sent back. And if he plays carefully here, and there is no clutch top deck, this is completely doable. Okay, interesting line. Gonna take it as low as it gets and probably just pass. So it all comes down to this top deck from Lorenzo. He has a lot of really good ones.
Yeah. Let's see what he picks up.
Wow. Prosperity, and you can see Fabio shaking his head. What? I mean, if you can just choose one, that's the best.
Confidence.
Yeah. And now this turns dramatically in favor of Lorenzo, especially against Prosperity. We have said it multiple times again. It's even better in this deck. Let's see. Yeah, and we already see the terraforming or the Fenrir if he wants to play it safer. This is amazing stuff from Lorenzo. Doesn't play around roll and gets the terraforming. And yeah, his opponent is kind of frustratingly allowing him to go further.
Because I think Fabio is now left with only one
card in
hand,
hand,
right?
Yeah. And we know what card that is because he searched it with the Purrely.
Yeah, exactly.
It's my friend, and that means Lorenzo had no reason to play around draw, of course. And this, if the face down is nothing relevant, this is easily game.
Yeah.
So this is insane from Lorenzo. Wow.
Yeah, just showcasing us Kashtira at his full power.
Yeah. Especially because when you have the field spell, you can do even more. Let's see.
Yeah, here comes the Shangri-La, and then the Riser gets activated. Looks like as if Fabio's not having anything else at the moment to stop his opponent.
Yeah. At the same time, the Fusho is not too easy to out.
Yeah.
because it's unaffected by the card effects and also by detaching 2. It cannot be destroyed by battle, so at least he has some hope of staying in this game at least for one more turn. Let's see. I mean, even if he just goes for a huge board, locking everything else, forcing the Fucho, as you can see here, goes for the Rise Art. Probably wants to play it as safe as possible, getting rid of the face down from Fabio.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah. Let's see what the last card is. Not gonna reveal it, and this means Lorenzo is pretty much free to do whatever he wants, not fearing anything else from his opponent. Here we see one of the clutch cards from Prosperity, Infinitrack Goliath, basically protecting his Arisart. And now we get to see, for one of the last times, because this card is not gonna be legal anymore starting from tomorrow, the Diablosis.
Yeah, taking a look at his extra deck, and yeah, I mean, that part of Prosperity, of course, changed it all.
I mean, but to be fair, if you think about it,
there are so many
cards. You can have 3 Unicorn, obviously the Fenris, the 4 field spells, the Prosperity. So
there are a lot of cards. Yeah,
it's like 13, 14 cards, which are amazing. And yeah, it's gonna banish a lot of cards from the top of the deck face down and gonna put their eyes back to free materials, which is huge. And yeah, this is impressive stuff from Lorenzo. He has played this deck for a while now. And as you can see here, just gonna enter battle phase to force his opponent from using the Fucho to protect itself. The materials are getting banished, and then he's gonna be attaching one from Arisart.
just considering which one to put under the Rizard, and yeah, Fabio's just left with the Fugo on the field. And the thrust here being activated in Memphis 2, which Fabio already knew was there.
Yeah, this is impressive. As mentioned, he can even search the barrier if he feels like it, just in case a miracle happens. And I don't think there is anything that can change the outcome of this game anymore. And it seems as if, unfortunately for you Purrely fans, there is one less. Instead, he searches a Prosperity just in case. And the material is going to be banished. And he's gonna attach yet again another material. And play is back to Fabio. One more draw. He needs a miracle, like, I don't know, a sphere mode or something like that to even try and stay in this game. And it's gonna be a normal summon of an Ash Blossom. Not even close. Lorenzo gonna consider his options and gonna use the Rise Art. Falling for a potential bait. To just punish it face down and then The Ablosis and Rysart are gonna be activated. And yeah, this is so much advantage. Even if the last card in hand is like a talent, it doesn't seem like there would be much.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, fist bump, so it's Lorenzo who wins 2-0.